What's up, guys? Today we're playing some Bed Wars, and let's just do this. It's gonna be really fun. I recorded this last night, and so I'm doing a voiceover. I hope you guys enjoy. Um, this first one we actually get the win. It was really, really cool. Um, the guy ended up falling off, but it was really fun. Um, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's do this. So we just start by taking out our first rush. He was better at PvP than me, but I ended up getting him at the end. Um, I've been pretty tired lately because I've been trying to reset my sleep schedule for school because I just started school, which is kind of cool. Um, yeah, my sleep schedule was just so messed up from summer. It was just so messed up. And so I went tonight and slept on our couch because we have this really annoying dog that just barks all night. And not all night, but he barks really early in the morning. So my plan was to have him be my alarm clock, basically. And it worked because I'm up and I'm recording this video. So, yeah. Gray starts bridging over, and so I go and wait a little bit, and then I fireball him off, so then I can use his bridge. He falls off, and then I start bridging over there. He respawns and starts to come out. I don't know, what his plan here was. I don't think he saw me, which was really weird. I just don't think he saw me. I think he thought I fell or something. And so when I go and place this TNT, he was kind of surprised and wasn't able to stop it. So I drop down, I break this, but he just destroys me. And so I have to respawn. But I think I get him. I think I get him after this or something like that. Oh, right. So this guy, he's just better at PvP than me. But also, this was just kind of funny. I go to fireball over him and then hit him, but he fireballs too and fireballs over me. And so he ends up going to my base and he starts breaking it, but then he doesn't have TNT or cobblestone or anything. And so he can't break it, but then he just builds up there. And so I go and I get a fireball because I'm like, well, I'm just going to fireball jump up there. But then I don't even use it for that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to hit him off. But he just hops backwards. And so I wasn't able to do that. Then he starts building up here. And I'm like, oh man, now I can't get up there. So I start building up. And then he just hits me all the way off. I don't know how I survived that jump though. But he grabs stuff and is going to get a pickaxe. But then he was in the item shop and I was able to get him. It was really cool. But it's just really, this round was really fun, but it also had some annoying stuff. Just how many times I fell off into the void just because of stupid reasons. But this was definitely my best game. The next game, I think the guy could have been hacking, but I'm not sure. He was just really, really good at PvP, I think. And so, cause he was 3v1ing people. It was very confusing because he had no upgrades at all. And he was just out here destroying people. And I had sharp and prot too. And iron armor. And he only had iron armor and iron sword. And so he was just destroying people. At this time, it's only red, yellow, and white and me. And so my plan is to go over to white space and break his bed. And I'm like, oh, I got 3 fireballs. I'm going to be good. I got all this stuff. And I start bridging over and just fall off. I'm like, no, because I just lost all those fireballs. But then I see white going over to that diamond gen, and he's going to yellow. And so I'm like, this is my chance to go over there and get his bed. And so I actually don't fall off here, which is really nice. I go and I bridge all the way over to his base, and he had minor fatigue, but he was not close enough to like get over there, and so he ended up just breaking yellow's bed instead. Yeah, right there. And so I go over here. He has minor fatigue, but I was able to get that. And then at this point, it's just like there's just the yellow and white left, but white ends up winning this fight that they had, which you'll see that pop up in a second. And I just like run over and start getting diamonds, because like what else am I supposed to do? I'm gonna let them finish their fight. And there was like only 3 diamonds there, so I wasn't able to get sharp, but you see that he killed him right there. And so I go here, but then he falls off, and so I just won. It was really, really cool, because that was just an easy win basically. I'm typing because I was very surprised that I got that win. Let's move on to the next game. And this one I unfortunately didn't win, because I already told you about Blue. It seemed like he was hacking, but not. It was just really weird. But we did get pretty far. I didn't win though. He did a really nice play at the end, and so I wasn't able to win. I think this time I'm up against yellow at the start. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, I'm aqua this time. So you know how I was saying that we got a new dog? Well, I should probably tell you about him, because he's kind of annoying, but he's a cool dog. His name is Mocha. There's a picture of him right there. He's 4 months old right now, and he's kind of annoying, but I guess he's an all right dog. It's like we also have our older dog. He's turning 4 now, and his name is Sven, like from Frozen, like the movie, which we were going to name Mocha Olaf, but we ended up not like doing that, because yeah. But this guy was just annoying. Oh yeah, so we're switching back to the game. This guy was kind of annoying. He was also just really good, and so he did that TNT jump and stuff, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna die to this guy. But then I fight him again, and so I'm running over there. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna try to get his bed, and he ends up, he knocks me all the way off, and I'm like at 1.5 hearts, and so he just one taps me, which was annoying. He just jumps down here and hits me all the way off my bridge. I don't know how I survived with only 2 hearts there, but he starts to run over and then builds up and stuff. And then right here, he falls off the bridge. I start jumping off to him, but he disconnects. And so I'm like, I didn't even see it. And so I was like, oh man, I'm going to lose this fight. This guy's just way too good. And so I'm like all prepared to fight him again. And then I'm like, wait, where is he? And so he's just not there. And then I'm just like, oh, let's go. I can catch him. And so I just like start speed bridging over there, because, everyone needs to learn how to speed bridge. And he did this weird bed defense, but I was able to break it, and then we got the kill. I was like, oh wait, he disconnected. Let's go. And so I just put my stuff in there. I don't know what I get here. Oh yeah, I get thingamajig. I also looked at the daily. They have these daily things. Not daily. It's like weekly. there's a weekly shop thingy, and so they have like special items. Like this time it was sharp 2, and then like this thing that like if your bed breaks or like it's sudden death or something like that, you get teleported straight to your base. And so that was kind of cool. And but sharp 2 is 16 diamonds. It's as much as prop 4. So just imagine if you had prop 4 and sharp 2, like you would just destroy people. Like diamond sword. If you had a diamond if you had a diamond sword and sharp 2, you would just absolutely destroy people. Like you would just be so good at the game. It would be crazy. And so, I just run over here and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to go fight Blue because he's probably trash." And I'm like, I'm going to go get his bed." And so, I start running over there and he just runs away. I'm like, "What is this guy doing? Is he going to go defend his bed?" No, he runs to green. And I'm like, "Why is this guy running to green?" Like, I'm going to go break his bed. And so, I look over there and then I look at the leaderboard. Not the leaderboard, but the little thing, and it shows that he doesn't have a bed. And so apparently green was there, and he just destroys green. And so I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna destroy this guy." I place my pop-up tower right here, and he starts to like come after me, but then he's like, "No, I'm just gonna stay here." I was like, "Okay, so I'm just gonna drop down on him right here," and I get one good hit, but then he just like totally just whacks me off the face of the earth. And I was like, "What is going on?" And so I go here, and I have like no stuff, and so I run to yellow because I'm like, well, might as well use their gen. So I run over there, and there's like a 20 gold there. I was like, "Let's go." Oh, wait. Never mind. I go and get sharpness. And so, wait. No, I don't. Oh, man. So I go and get prot and a trap and heal pool because I'm like, well, I need upgrades for this to fight Blue. I thought I went and got the gold first, but that's just a little bit later. Yeah, this guy just like, I don't know what he was saying right there, but I thought he was speaking some other language, but he's probably like just speaking some random thing. But this guy, he just like one tapped that one guy, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay." And so I go here and I start whacking him, but then he doesn't even take damage for some reason. I don't know if he was hacking or not, but then he goes and kills Gray, and he just did a 3v1. He just did a 3v1 against us, and he's like, 3v1 is crazy. But he like barely took any damage from that. I'm just like, what is going on? Anyway, so now I run to yellow, and I'm breaking... No, I'm not. I'm not breaking their bed. But I go, and there's like 20 iron in there. And I'm like, let's go. And so I get my blocks, I get an iron sword, and I use like almost all of that gold just like getting an iron sword every time. But it was really nice to have that gold. And then I go over here to like destroy Blue again, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna lose again. So I'm gonna go get emeralds. And so Red's obviously like having a hard time with Blue. So I just go and I'm like, okay, I got 1 diamond. I'm gonna jump here. But then I just don't jump. I'm like, what the heck? Why didn't I jump? And so, I just typed random gibberish in the chat. And I go and I get an iron sword again. And I just put the gold back in there. And I go over here. And I think I go over to white space because, like, oh wait, never mind. I get prot 2 first because I'm like, I'm gonna lose again to Blue because he's just bad. Not bad. He's really good. That's what I meant. Man, I cannot talk right now. Anyway, and so I go over to white because I'm like, well, I think Blue's over there destroying people. And so I run over here, And then instead of bridging, I just walk off the edge. And I'm like, what am I doing? And so I say, sobbed bad. And I'm just like, oh man, what's going on? So at this time, I'm just kind of annoyed because I just fell off so many times. But then I'm like, I think I might be able to win this. So I go over here. I finally break that block so I can just go straight and not go to the side because that's just weird. And so I run over here. People are fighting right there, and I start running over. I start going to attack red, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna run away," but then he just falls off the edge, and so I'm just like, "Oh, let's go." Anyway, I go to fight white, and instead of just bridging like straight over there, I build up to the very top of his bridge, and we have a build fight, like a tower fight, at height limit. And so I get there first, which I probably should have just bridged over to him, like faster. And then he sees me, and he's like, well, I'm going to bridge over. And so he starts bridging over, but then I'm able to hit him off and do a bunch of damage because he falls all the way down there. And then I just jump all the way down because I didn't really take that much damage. But this fight is crazy. He gets a couple hits on me, but then I'm like at 3 hearts, and I just totally KO him. Like, he just got slapped. And so I'm like, well, now blue's going to go to my base, and I'm going to die. So I just put all my stuff there, and I void. And then I teleport there, and turns out that blue's not even over there, but he's coming over there. And I'm like, well, now I can get a bow and then fight him with that. And so I go and I get a bow, and sometimes Hypixel does this weird thing where your stuff, like, you'll place it, but it places it in the wrong spot, like the spot that you first bought it in, and then when you move it, it just doesn't move. And so I, like, put my stuff in the ender chest, and that's how you fix it. This guy just deflected both fireballs, and he has an iron sword, but I didn't even get to use my bow, and he just destroyed me. I'm like, well, maybe I can still win. And so I go over here, but he's building up, and I'm like, what is he doing? I probably, like, should have gone, oh, wait, never mind, I do. I go and I get a thingamajig and a gap, and I eat the gap, and he's like, oh, well, I'm going to do TNT because I'm just that kind of person. And so he does TNT, he drops, but he ends up not breaking the bed yet, and I try fighting him and trying to get him off, but then he breaks my bed right before I fall. And that was the end of that one. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you want me to play any other games, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!